So today I would like to talk about love and detachment and what they mean within the Buddhist philosophical view. Now, there is an idea that love is like the love we have for our children, our families, our lovers or spouses. Yet in reality, this kind of love can easily break down over small or big matters. As we all know, sometimes over something very trivial, like taking personal offense at what someone said to you or thinking they disrespected you. Even within our own close relationships, we might find there is not much genuine love at all. It is merely an affection based on whether or not those people make you feel good or not. And this is based on what is called attachment, which is chakpa in Tibetan. Now, although it is important and healthy not to be around people who continually bring you down or undermine you, at the same time, as Buddhist practitioners, we should try to generate genuine love and compassion for all beings nonetheless. So this idea of love without attachment is very important in the Buddhist philosophical view because it is the attachment to things that causes suffering. Now, what's happened is that often this lack of attachment has been interpreted to be the same as detachment, and detachment is actually very cold. It's a kind of an aversion, almost a kind of sociopathic or psychopathic type of state, because if you're detached, that means you have no sort of emotion whatsoever. But when you look at the text or what the great masters have said, they all emphasize that when you have a genuine lack of attachment, a lack of ego, a lack of dualistic perception of self and other, then your feelings of love and compassion should increase more and more because your ego is not involved anymore. And this is why I think, in particular women feel that some male teachers have somehow, for some reason, misinterpreted this lack of attachment to mean like a cold detachment, whereas a lack of attachment should be full of love and joy and compassion for beings. Now, in our culture, where being liked or popular has reached new extremes with social media, the notions of real love as opposed to liking something has been even more lost. Real love in the Buddhist view must be generated for all beings, regardless of whether we personally like them or not. And that is a difficult, but it is an essential part of the Buddhist path. So if we turn Buddhism into some worldly activity like a job, a career, or a business, then we are not really practicing Buddhism. We are actually doing Buddhist business. As the Indian yogi Sadhguru says on a reel on social media, if we are doing significant work, then we must work with difficult people. Horrible people can actually do wonderful things, and you will see that. So, for example, actions such as shunning, ignoring, ghosting, canceling, especially without any explanation or warning towards those we do not like or do not feel we have any time for, is no doubt a phenomenon of the online culture we live in, but it has nothing to do with Buddhism or the Buddhist idea of love. Now, when Buddhist teachers and communities do that to people within their very midst, whose only crime, it seems, was to speak truthfully about unethical conduct towards women, or to ask difficult and challenging questions about a teacher or about the community, it is a real sign of degeneracy and a lack of love to kick out or shun those people. As I myself have experienced and written about before, such shunning has nothing to do with love or with Buddhism at all. It is a sign of a very worldly mentality to sentient beings and the Dharma. So to end this short piece, I leave you with two quotes. One is from Shantideva's The Bodhisattva's Way of Life, who advises all Buddhist practitioners to revere difficult people with love as if they were their very own teachers. And the second is from the Janang and Shangpa Kagyu lineage holder, Taranata, who states that love and compassion for all beings is actually an essential and fundamental quality of being a qualified teacher. Now, as I've said before, I do not see myself as qualified teacher or anything special, but after some people requested it, I thought it might be helpful to explain some of these basic concepts from my own limited understanding for both a non-Buddhist and a Buddhist audience. In any case, whether it is beneficial or not, I hope this post on love reminds us all about what real love means from the Buddhist perspective and helps us to generate love more for all beings, not just those we like or who we find cooperative, peaceful, or likable. Let us not, after all, turn Buddhism into a business or a worldly activity. After all, Buddha himself was pictured in the equanimity pose, with one person next to him trying to harm him, and the other on the other side revering him. With equal love and compassion for both, equanimity never meant no love and no emotion and not caring at all.